What is up, everyone? Welcome back to your fourth JavaScript tutorial, and in this tutorial I'm going to be talking to you guys about all the different types of variables that we can use when working with JavaScript. So the first type I want to talk to you guys about is what I showed you guys before, and that's just basic numbers. So go ahead and let's make a variable. I'm going to call my tuna because I love tuna, why not, and set it equal to your favorite number. Mine is 20. And then go ahead, and this is a statement, so we need to end it with a semicolon, and then on the next line let's go ahead and print this out. So if you remember that the way that we print out things in JavaScript is document dot write, and then inside parentheses we go ahead and write the variable name, which is tuna, and then go ahead and press semicolon. And now whenever we see it on our web page, it prints out that variable. So we can see already that you can set numbers equal to variables, but what you didn't know is that you can also set numbers with decimal points equal to variables. So go ahead and add a decimal point to your number, save it, and then go ahead and see what happens. So aside with whole real numbers, JavaScript can also work with decimals as well. And if you're wondering this, alright, can JavaScript also work with negative numbers? Well, let's go ahead and see. Go ahead and type a negative number in there, and yes, it's true, my friends. JavaScript can handle negative numbers perfectly. So basically any number that you would want to work with in computer programming, JavaScript can handle. So now that we cover numbers, let's go to the next thing, and that is text. Now, text in JavaScript and in all computer programming languages is actually called strings. Why they named it that, I don't know. Maybe it's because a string of letters put together. Who knows? Don't blame me, blame whoever made JavaScript. But anyways, if you want to set a variable equal to a string of text, go ahead and set it equal to quotation marks, and then go ahead and type your text in here. Now go ahead and save this and see what happens. It prints out whatever text was in there. So again, if you ever want to set a variable equal to, a sentence or a word or just a little bit of text, you need to add those double quotation marks. And the reasoning behind that is if you set it equal to something like tuna equals text and you don't have the quotation marks, JavaScript is going to think that you have a variable right here and you're trying to set it equal to another variable called text. So that is why you need your quotation marks to say, no, this isn't another variable, it's actually a word or a sentence or something like that. So once you do this, it'll work fine. Basically, don't forget to include the quotation marks. So now a little problem pops up, and that's, what if you're want to have a variable and set it equal to a saying or something like, John said, boy do I love Bessie. Well, whoa, why is stuff turning blue? And anyways, let's go ahead and save this and see what we want. It doesn't work at all, and the reasoning behind this is because your entire string of text needs to be in between quotation marks. So it's going to say, alright, you have tuna, you have a quotation mark here, you have your ending quotation mark here, and this is what I'm going to set it equal to. But what the heck is all this stuff if you already gave me two quotation marks? Well, actually, JavaScript's not smart enough to know that this is a saying and that this is actually part of the variable. So in order to tell JavaScript that, alright, these quotation marks here are supposed to be inside the variable itself, we need to add something called an escape character. Now what an escape character does is it takes the next character and it pretty much treats it as a regular piece of text. So this and this are escape characters. Now JavaScript knows that this and this are the two quotation marks, and everything in between here is just going to be basically your variable. So go ahead and save this, and now we get our quotation marks to pop up. John said, boy do I love Bessie, and he really does. By the way, Bessie's a cow, not a regular cow like a dairy cow. I'm not making fun of anyone here. But anyways, on with this tutorial. So anyways, if you ever need to escape something, then that is that's the symbol you use, a backslash. So there are different things that we need to escape, but I'll teach you guys those as we come across them. Now let's go ahead and delete all this And let me talk to you guys about two different types of variables. So we already learned about numbers and we already learned about text, aka strings. So there are two other types of variables that I want to talk to you guys about. And the first one is called Boolean or Boolean, however you say it. And that's the word true and the world I keep saying world like the earth and the word false. Now, I'm not gonna go over Boolean right now, but just remember that they have special meaning in JavaScript. So that's why whenever you might be looking at a program and it says true or false, then that is how you make a Boolean. But again, don't even worry about it right now. I shouldn't have even said anything. But now that I'm gonna confuse it, I might as well mention this. The fourth type of variable is called null. And whenever you set something equal to null, it means that it has no value at all. And this is different than 0. It's completely different than 0 or 0.0. Null is pretty much like an empty variable. And again, just with true and false, you'll be seeing what these do later on. But for now, I just wanted to cover all the different types of variables, so I had to include it. But anyways, I didn't mean to confuse you. Just remember that you can use numbers, and if you use letters, then go ahead and put them in between quotation marks. So once you understand that, we're ready to move on to the next tutorial. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to watch the next tutorial, and I'll see you guys later.